What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another wrestling news video where we're going to be talking about the wildest, intriguing wrestling news stories and rumors that you SNA Assassinators need to know from the WrestleZone article, starting today with some news from the Vince McMahon documentary series. Like, with the producer says Vince McMahon is not a reliable narrator in the series. And and but it says Mr. McMahon, producer Matt Maxon, discussed Vince McMahon's interviews in the docu series, like about the former WWE chairman. The Netflix docu series premiered on September 25th, and it features interviews with Vince McMahon that were recorded before his initial retirement in 2022. McMahon discusses various topics about his life and career in the docu series. And it says right here in the interview, like with Kevin Io, Mr. McMahon, producer Matt Maxon, discussed working with Vince McMahon and reflected on his interview. He said, "I also think Chris Smith, who is the director of the series, has no background in professional wrestling. We would always kind of bring to him. It was David Shoemaker, who was one of our consulting producers from the Ringer. I grew up in the 90s in wrestling, so I have the in the in the in the inst- the ins the institutional the institutional knowledge of these type of things, but also one of my other colleagues, Eric Mal, Molly Malloy, or Malloy, didn't have that type of knowledge, so we would all kind of be this brain trust filtering through Chris and be like, hey, this is what matters. This is it. But Chris had this beautiful thing of letting a silence be awkward, uh, uh, and sometimes as a reporter or as a producer, you want to feel the thing, or you want to walk your interview subject into the next thing, and he would say something, and he would just let him sit in it. Like sometimes, the longer he sat in it, he realized how uncomfortable it could be, or he'd just be set that up in the beginning, and this is what Maxon had to say. So many of those things made it into the series, that you can see that it's not just necessarily passion, it's asking things that he's never heard before. It's taking a look at things, or being introspective. There's a moment in the what I say isn't necessarily what I mean. That was just such a fulfilling thing. He's like, I'm the chairman of the board. I'm the chairman of the board. I'm not going to tell you the truth. We even set that up at the very beginning. He's not a reliable narrator, but Chris did many subtle ways like of getting that out that I just think was just such an art form, like, and really was able to allow him in a much different way. And what are your thoughts from Maxon? Yeah, Matt Maxon. Yes, opinions onto this series so far. And do you think that Vince McMahon really isn't reliable? And do you agree with the producer of the series? And also, what do you think? What's next that's going to be mentioned onto the series with Vince McMahon? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But let's move on to the next slide. We got Kota Ibushi teases like he and Kenny Omega are teamed up like for AEW, which will be soon. And it says Kota Ibushi teases his return to AEW, possibly with Kenny Omega by his side. Like Kenny Omega has been out of action since December 2023 due to diverticulitis, and he underwent surgery. Ibushi went down with injuries like of his own, as he was a right with a right tibial fibular, with with a ligament tear, and a later ligament complex, injury, in his right ankle, following his match at Noah the New Year 2024 on January 2nd. He has since returned to the ring for DDT and Great. Like in recent weeks, Ibushi has posted pictures in which he can be seen training with Kenny Omega. Ibushi shared a new post on Instagram, which he said the the last practice was over, and he teased that he would be coming back to AEW soon. And it says right here, like with him posting, or with him writing on the caption, uh, tuned up for AEW, which will be soon. I still have to fulfill my promise to Japan. The the scenery has sure changed. All that's left is to do. We're both on fire. Thank you for the flexible contract, even though you belong. And then yeah, he added well, there are some things I've done, but basically when I'm in Japan, it's good, but basically I'm I am I hire you when I'm in Japan. Kota Ibushi last appeared on AEW programming in November 2023, where Kenny Omega appeared on the May 1st episode of AEW Dynamite. And the Elite took him out with an attack. Like, and it says WrestleZone will provide more information when it becomes available. And what are you? Kota Ibushi. It is a sign that Kota Ibushi is going to be making his on-screen return in AEW and maybe being in a match or even in an angle. Could he be possibly be the one that could face either Jack Perry or Kazuchika Okada? Which I think Kota should go after the bitch man. Yeah, for sure. And I hope he does becomes the Continental Champion because he's the guy that looks like that he works hard to the point that he earns like multiple championships. Like I would not mind if Anthony Khan made him the AEW World Champion, even though at this time maybe not so much of a good idea. But if let's say if he did like have him be the one to dethrone Brian Danielson, I would not mind a teeny bit. But that's but that'll probably be for a different story, for a different topic, for a different day, for that for now on that. But I think like for the anyway, yeah, I think he should face Okada next. Like since Sammy Guevara is not going to be the one to do so. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're probably doing some kind of an angle with Sammy Guevara still going to get an opportunity for that said belt, but it is going to have to wait when that time is right. But next up, we got some TNA news, like to hold tapings like in Nashville after canceling the Spartanburg shows. It says TNA canceled their tapings in Spartanburg, South Carolina, due to Hurricane Helene, Hurricane Helene. New report, the company will instead hold tapings in Nashville. Hurricane Helene forced TNA to postpone and ultimately canceled their tapings in Spartanburg, South Carolina. And according to Shaw Ross Sapp of Fightful Select, reports an update on the situation, writing that TNA went above and beyond to get the tapings in Spartanburg done, but issues with travel power outage, the traveling power outage and overall safety led to the decision to cancel the show. It says, Sapp writes that TNA will instead be taping at Skyway Studios, in Nashville, Tennessee, on October 2nd and 3rd. The company previously taped at Skyway Studios during the COVID-19 pandemic, and the venue also hosted Slammiversary in 2021. Additionally, Sapp writes that it was indicated that to many that the October 3rd episode of TNA Impact could end up being a best of Bound for Glory. That would be a best place to tape bound the best of Bound for Glory show, due to the taping changes. But what is your thoughts onto this? And do you think that they're gonna do that? And do you think they're gonna be doing a couple more tapings, some more the go home show and the post show over there, or do you think they're gonna find the perfect place for all that, like the weekly shows, and only gonna tape the pay per view in their Skyway studio in the place where TNA all started at, which was in Nashville, Tennessee, which that's why it gets the nickname the Nashville-based promotion, like how WWE got the Stanford base, and then AEW's the Jacksonville base, and New Japan's the Tokyo base. But yeah, well, let's move on to the next slide. But yeah, please give me your opinions down below, what's your opinion onto this matter. But we got NXT's Tatum Paxley and you got the NXT's Tatum Paxley and Javier Bernard just got married, and yeah, this is some very joyous and happily news from the couple. But yeah, with the two, finally now are married, in September 2023, Paxley and Bernard announced they were engaged a year later. The duo have officially tied the knot. And I remember even talking about this on my wrestling news video. Yeah, back at that time in September of 2023. And then the funny thing is, a whole year later, which they probably purposely waited this long to finally do tie the knot to get things ready, like so they can make this the best wedding that they have, best wedding ever, I guess you could say. Like I don't know, but yeah, but I'm gonna continue to talk about the story with them posting on Instagram. Both Tatum Paxley and Javier Bernard shared pictures from their wedding. Many NXT stars, including Nikita Lyons, Lola Vice, and were in the audience. Like and Paxley competed on the September 17th episode of NXT, where she and Lyra Valkyria beat Wendy Chu and Rosemary. Bernard last wrestled at the June 4th tapings of NXT Level Up, where he and Drake Moru Moru Meru, yeah, like lost to like they lost to two cuts and a broken foot in the match, and the injury required surgery. Like in July, he posted an update and commented on his road to recovery. But what are your thoughts onto this? And I know my thoughts are, and I want to wish them a humongous congratulations, very lovely time, like for them being the happiest couple of in the world, I guess you could say. Like, and I wish them many more years of happiness in their future families, and their future, I'll say, legacy, I guess you could say. The best of luck at this very happy time, and many more, I guess you could say. Yeah. But yeah, but yeah, my point is I'm totally happy for them. But anyways, yeah, let's move on to the next slide. Let's talk about well, next up, we got JBL news, and here he says it's not good business to discuss his contract. Like the speculation about him is wrong. The the former WWE champion and WWE Hall of Famer JBL says the speculations about him is wrong. Like in recent weeks, like WWE Hall of Famer JBL has made surprise appearances at AAA, TNA, MLW, GCW, and OVW. Like this has sparked some controversy about JBL's contract status with WWE. Mike Johnson of PW Insider reported that JBL was signed to a WWE Legends deal, and he was able to make appearances elsewhere. In a live Q&A with Sportskeeda Wrestling, JBL was asked whether he was still with WWE, and he answered, "I'm going to answer this as politely correct, as correct for me as possible. I never answered a question about my contract. I I can tell you 100% I've seen speculation about me on the internet. It's all wrong, like 100% wrong. I'm not gonna answer whether I am or not, because WWE has always had have a confidentiality confidentiality clause in it. I've never thought it was good business to discuss my contract or anybody else, so I refuse to answer. But I will say that the speculation about me has been wrong. and WrestleZone says that they will provide more information when it becomes available. But what are your thoughts on what's his name, JBL's contract? Even though he didn't really answer like what exactly his contract is specifically is, like in WWE in his Legends deal, but whatever he's saying, like whatever that's been speculated has not been true. Like with him, like maybe have something to do with him like not using the JBL name, I guess you could say. Like in or maybe something like he can make a like some free sporadic appearances like in any company that he wants or something. I don't know. But let me know in the comment section right down below. Like because it's been previously reported that JBL has a contract that he can make any appearances for any company, like whether if it's in OVW, TNA, GCW, MLW, and AAA, like all the companies that's outside of WWE. As long as he's not using the JBL name, he could use, or even Bradshaw, like whatsoever. Like he could use his real name, John Layfield. But I don't know, like yeah, like whatever, like you're saying, like into the matter, it's probably not true, and you should be taking that at his word. Why would he need to lie, even though he didn't specifically got into details, like on what exactly his contract is, which that's kind of like tampering, like when it comes to contract tampering, like if you try to tell the world what exactly it is, which that's not a good idea and not a good fit for the company, which I cannot blame the former WWE champion on that one. Like, so yeah, it's probably best for the just keep it like it is. And I'm not sure if it's a good idea to speculate, but yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. But just probably the best idea is not to ask the wrestlers themselves that like what exactly contract status is. Yeah. In like that they're under, like whether they're full-time competitors or retired legends like that are on legends deals to make some occasional appearances on WWE programming. But yeah, well, yeah, just keep it like it is, like maintain the status quo. But let's move on to the next slide. But I'm gonna let you guys to decide that in the comment section right down below if you believe JBL or not, or whatever you think he's referring to. I'm kind of confused right now, so like what exactly he's referring to when he says whatever they're saying about me like is not true, like and it's totally wrong 100%. But next up, we got WWE to make some quite a few changes in NXT, like most specifically the set like of the graphic board, I guess you could say, where changes like are reportedly coming to the NXT set as the show prepares to enter a new era. Like WWE has been taping NXT at the WWE Performance Center since 2020. The company has been using the same NXT set like since the 2.0 debut. Like and it says the episode in September 2021, like NXT will kick off a new era on October 1st, as the show will premiere on the the October 1st, the October 1st, and the October 1st and 8th episode of will be held in Chicago, Illinois, and Chesterfield, Missouri, respectively. Like Corey Brennan of Fightful Select reports that the NXT Performance Center set is slated to undergo some changes. Like Brennan writes that after Tuesday's episode of NXT, the set was taken down ahead of the CW network premiere updates like had been planned per NXT sources. Like it is unclear like whether like these will be updates or if a new set will be introduced. And what do you think? What do you think? Do you think they're gonna? Do you think WWE is gonna be doing some major changes, like for NXT's stage set and the arena in general, like when they do come back to the NXT Performance Center, like by October 15th, because yeah, that's like a little bit over 2 weeks away. That's like actually like 16 days away. But yeah, but let me know down in the comments below, and how do you think it's gonna look? Which I can see it now. Like it could be a lot different. It's gonna be exactly like how the stage is gonna